Hey guys, so I filmed this before and I really hated my makeup in it. So I was like, no, I can't put that up. Like it just bothered me so much. And so I wanted to film it again, but I didn't have time until today. So I'm really sorry. So I'm just gonna get right into it because there is a lot of questions that I'm gonna be answering for this Rhinoplasty frequently asked questions video. So let's go. Number one, why did you get it? If you want to know why I got it, then watch my video called Important. I think I have two videos called Important, but the more recent one, if you look at my recent videos, it's called Important, and it basically tells you exactly why I got it. And I'll tell you better in that than I can here because I don't have time to tell you the whole story again. So just go watch that video. Number two, how much was it? I'm not going to say specifically how much mine was because I feel like that's personal and I don't feel like I don't have to tell anybody how much it really was unless you're like my family or like one of my close friends or something. But I'm going to tell you that rhinoplasty on average costs about $6,000 to $7,000. And number three, were you put under anesthesia? Yes, I was put under anesthesia, general anesthesia to be exact. Because there's a few different types of anesthesia, so I was put under general anesthesia, which means I was knocked out. Number four, did you feel anything during? No, because I was put under general anesthesia, so basically you're like asleep. Like you don't feel a thing, you're basically, yeah, it's like you're sleeping. Like I don't remember if I had a dream or not, but it's like you close your eyes and you're gone, and then you wake up and it's over. Number five, what's it like being put under anesthesia? It's really cool. That was my first time being put under anesthesia, and I was really nervous about what it would be like, how long it would take me to fall asleep, if I would even fall asleep. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But it was fine. They put the IV in your hand, then they put this mask on your face, and they're like, okay, breathe in and out. So then I, was breathing in and out, and then after, maybe 15, 20 seconds, I was like, whoa, my eyes are getting really heavy. I thought that to myself. I didn't say it. And then right after I thought that, I woke up. And I don't know when I fell asleep. I guess I fell asleep right after that thought. And then I just woke up. And I was, so tired right after that. But then after, maybe, half an hour or something, when you really start to, wake up, it was, I was so awake. It was, the best sleep ever. How do you feel after waking up from anesthesia is the next question, which I basically just answered. You feel really tired. You're kind of confused. You're like, whoa, did I just do that? Did that just happen? Whoa, I'm really tired. And then you, after you wake up a little bit more, then you feel, really refreshed, at least for me. Some people don't handle anesthesia very well. They get sick and stuff, but I handled it really well. My body doesn't mind it, I guess. Number seven, how long does surgery itself take? It really depends on what you're getting done. Rhinoplasty generally only takes an hour or 2 hours, so it's a really short procedure. Mine only took, I think, an hour and a half or 2 hours. So, but I mean, some people take 4 hours. Some people take longer. I don't know. It really depends on what you're getting done. But if you're just getting a general rhinoplasty or the septum, one when you have a deviated septum, then it only takes an hour or two. Number eight, so what was the scariest part of the day of surgery? The scariest part for sure is anticipation. Because for me, I've never been through surgery before, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if the IV would hurt because I'd never had an IV before. I was scared about the anesthesia. I was like, oh my god, what if I don't wake up? All those little things. I was afraid that I was going to be in pain. I don't like being in pain. So basically just the anticipation of not knowing. That was basically the scariest part, and it was nothing to be scared of. I feel silly for having that many sleepless nights over it and feeling that sick to my stomach about it and almost not doing it anymore because it was so easy. Number nine, what happens if you fell on your face or got punched in the face? Obviously, my nose would break again. It's in a very susceptible state right now. It is still broken. It takes 6 to 8 weeks to heal from a broken nose, and I've only had surgery, I think, 3.5-ish weeks ago. So my nose is still broken right now. So it's very tender still. It's still broken, even though it doesn't look like it. So even if it was years down the road, obviously if you fall or get punched in the face, you might break your nose, so it might mess it up. I mean, I'm just like anybody else. If you get punched in the face, your nose is probably going to break. So, you know, it's just very tender right now, I guess. Number 10, can you still smell things? Yep. I couldn't smell things for about probably 1.5 weeks-ish. I really couldn't smell anything when I had the cast on, because when you had that on, I don't know, it was just like my nose was so stuffed. And so after I got that off, my nose was healing a little bit more, because it was later on in the healing process I got it off day 5. So then I still couldn't smell really well for a few days after that. So I'd probably say about 1.5 weeks until I really got my sense of smell back. Maybe even 2 weeks, because I didn't even blow my nose until 2 weeks. So probably 2 weeks. And it sucks because when you can't smell, you can't really taste much, because smell and taste go hand in hand. So I don't know, kind of sucked. But I can totally smell things fine now. Everything's back to normal. Has it affected your breathing? It did affect my breathing. I mean, my nose is still the same. I have an allergy to something, and I think it's dust, because I wake up with a stuffy nose every single morning. So that is still the same. But it was so weird, because I was such a nose breather before, and then I was oh my god, breathing through my mouth was such an annoying thing to me. But then when I got surgery and was breathing through my mouth, it was totally fine. It was my body just knew that's what I had to do, because I couldn't breathe through my nose while I was healing at the beginning stages. And so my body was just fine with breathing through my mouth. And then once I could breathe through my nose, I still wanted to breathe through my mouth. It was really weird. I don't know. It was so weird to be somebody who would always breathe through their nose and then learn to always breathe through their mouth, and then just kind of took that over. But now I breathe through my nose again. Sometimes I breathe through my mouth, but I'm back to normal. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know. It was weird. What did you do about school when you were healing? Well, I finished school end of April, so I've been out of school for a month and a bit. So I wasn't even in school when I had surgery. I would not have this surgery during school, because it's just not something I would do, because I pay for school. So why would I miss school for something like this? You know what I mean? So I waited until I was done school to have the surgery, so that I'd have the time to heal and blah, blah, blah. How did you pick a doctor? Basically, you need to search the poop out of your doctor. You need to search everything. I live in the GTA area, so I was okay. I went to Google and I was best rhinoplasty doctors in the GTA area. Come up with a list of doctors, and I would research every individual doctor. I would read reviews about the doctor. I would search their past work. I would research everything about these doctors, go to forums where people have had stuff done from these doctors, so that you can see what patients actually think, instead of just what the website thinks and makes it seem like they are, and see what their medical work is, where they went to school, how long they've been doing it, if they're just a facial plastic surgeon, or if they're a full plastic surgeon that does everything. I really wanted somebody who was just a facial plastic surgeon specialist, because rhinoplasty is a very, 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 very difficult procedure. It's fast, but it's you can mess it up so easily, and it's you want to go to somebody who knows what they're doing. So my plastic surgeon is a facial plastic surgeon only, and he specializes in rhinoplasty. So he knew what he was doing, and so you just really want to research a lot of specifics about them, read a lot of reviews, read a lot of everything about them that you can, and then go get a consultation with them and see if you like them, see if you guys are on the same page and stuff. How did you trust the doctor who knew what you wanted? Well, when I went to go to the consultation with him, I brought photos of noses I liked, noses I wanted, what the look kind of was that I wanted, slight curve, narrower bridge and stuff like that. So he got a visual, okay, this is what this girl wants. And then I got, what's it called? Just when he was talking to me, we were just on the same page, we just knew. I just knew that he was the one to do it. You just get I don't know, just a feeling about somebody, and I had a good feeling about him. And he's a really good doctor. He doesn't really care about he's not like money hungry. Like he wasn't like, oh, I can give you this, 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 this. I can give you everything you want. Like, no, he was realistic. He's like, okay, well, I can't do this because of this, but I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, but I also can't do that. So he was very realistic, straight up, wasn't going to sugarcoat anything. He told me exactly what he could and couldn't do. So that's what I knew. We were on the right page. And I also got an image, what's it called? I think somebody asked a question about this. I don't know, never mind. It's like an imaging thing where they take a picture of you and then they kind of like show you like on Photoshop or something like what you'll look like, so you can see if you like it or not, if he or she gets what you're talking about and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I knew we were on the same page. I heard once you get plastic surgery, it's really addicting and want more. Do you want anything else done? Well, the whole world of YouTube seems to think that I have a boob job, and I really don't. It's called the Victoria's Secret Miraculous Bra. Go try it on. Oh my god. But I do want a boob job, but I'm not going to get one until I have kids, I think. So I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. I kind of want to, I mean, if I get married or engaged and they come, I don't know. But I don't plan on having them for probably at least 4 years or so. And then I don't know. So I probably won't get a boob job for like 6 years or something. But that's probably going to be my next and final surgery that I want as of now. I mean, when I get older, that's like whatever comes. But as of now, I am totally fine with just a nose job because I know I don't want a boob job until later in life. So, I don't know, I think it's funny that everybody thinks I have a boob job. I have really small boobs, so I think it's hilarious that you all think that. You can keep thinking that if you want, but it's called go buy a good push-up bra for now. That's what I did. Let's see. Is your nose sore? Can you do pig's nose? Does it hurt to put on makeup now? Yes, my nose is sore because it's still broken. And can I do a pig's nose now? No, but probably wouldn't be a good idea because it's still healing. And does it hurt to put on makeup? It did hurt a lot. Like, you have to be very, very, very sensitive and careful with yourself when you're like putting on makeup at first. But now it still hurts, and I'm still like very careful when I'm putting on makeup. It doesn't hurt as much as it did. So it probably was fine-ish to put on makeup after about 2.5 weeks. It didn't hurt as much, so that's good. Hi, puppy. How did you tell your family? My family has known I've wanted a nose job since I was like 8 years old. Like I told you guys, I've been saving since I was like so little, so it wasn't a surprise to them. When I told them I was ready to get done, I had the money, blah, blah, blah. They were very supportive because they've known about it for a while. They're fine with me getting something like this done because they know how much it lowered my self-confidence, and so nobody really wants their child to be very self-conscious about something. So they were fine with it. So how did your family and boyfriend react? I don't know if this means like how did they react after the surgery or how did they react because I wanted it. So they were both fine with me wanting it. My boyfriend was just a little bit nervous because he hadn't gone through having a girlfriend go through plastic surgery, right? So he didn't really know what to expect and stuff. But both my family and my boyfriend loved the results. I love the results, and it's all in all a really good thing. And it's probably one of the best things, best decisions, I should say, that I've ever made in my life. I've never been happier before, so I'm really, really happy with it. Is your nose numb and hard now? No, my nose isn't hard. I think that's only when you get the plastic surgery that like literally gets it's called like implants in your nose. Like a lot of Asians and stuff get that because they have like smaller noses, so they get it to kind of rise their nose up a little bit more. So that makes your nose like really hard because you like literally have like a piece of plastic, I guess, in your nose. But my nose is numb in the tip because the nerves were cut. So it's gonna take a while for me to be able to feel it again, but it's fine. My dog is like crying. What pain medication did they give you? I had T3s, and then right after I had so just Tylenol 3s, and then right after I had surgery, like when I was in like the recovery room, they gave me morphine and a T3. But yeah, after that, I just had T3s to take home with me. I think some places also give Percocets. I think those are the two options, T3s and Percocets. There might be something else as well, but I had T3s. 20, is there really any plastic involved? And like I said, there's only plastic involved if you're getting like the implant in your nose. But other than that, you're really just taking away at your nose, breaking your nose to straighten it, stuff like that. Like there's not really any plastic involved in rhinoplasty unless you're getting an implant. And 21 is, how many times did you hear, you don't need plastic surgery, before you got it done? Like every day of my life. And I've come to the conclusion on why people say that. And do you want to hear what I have to say? People say it because they clearly know it's your flaw. And people obviously knew that was like one of my biggest flaws. So when you say, I'm going to get a nose job, they don't want to be like, yeah, you need one. I agree. Like, good choice. So they're obviously like, you're putting them in an awkward situation. So they're like, oh my God, no, you don't need it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're gorgeous the way you are, blah, blah, blah. So like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to be like, yeah, you do need it. You have a really ugly nose. Like, so people just say it because you put them in an awkward situation by telling them you're getting it. So they're just going to do the obvious by telling you you're gorgeous the way you are because they don't want to agree with you because then they're going to hurt your feelings. So that's my little theory on that. And number 22, did anybody not support you? Obviously, like little YouTuber people that like comment on my page, some of them were like, I am unsubscribing because that is just unethical and blah, blah, like things like that. But like those people don't matter to me because it's my decision. I support myself in the decision. My family supports me, which is great. My boyfriend supported me. And those were the only people that really mattered in supporting me. And so the fact that they all supported me was perfect. And that's all I needed. So anybody else was just like, okay, it's just your opinion if you don't agree with me getting it. So I don't want to sound snobby, but you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I'm not going to let like random people I don't even know affect my decision. How was the pain after surgery? The pain directly after surgery was probably the most pain I experienced during the healing process, just because I didn't know what to expect. I had just woken up and I was just so confused, and then it was like, ow, right? So it was just, I don't know, that was probably the worst, but then it took like a little bit, probably like 20 minutes or so for the morphine and stuff to kick in because I was just shaking and like, because I don't even know why I was shaking. I was just so scared and so confused, and I just like wanted my mom beside me, but she was downstairs and I don't think they're like allowed in the recovery room. So I was just like, it was just a whole new experience. I was just like shaking, so the medicine like wasn't taking because I was just like freaking out. So the nurse was just like, you need to calm down, and then the medicine will take and blah, blah, blah. So I like calmed myself down, and then the medicine took, and then it was fine, and I couldn't feel a thing. And then after that, like, the pain was just very meh. It was very minimal. I mean, I took my T3s and stuff just because I didn't want to feel anything. I just kind of wanted to be the healing process to be the most pleasant as possible. So, and they say to take, because it takes like a T3 to like an hour to kick in. So, they say when you start to feel pain to take one, because then it's just going to get worse and it's going to take longer for it to kick in, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. It was totally fine. Like, I overestimated the amount of pain that I was going to be in. Like, it was fine. Does it feel weird to wear glasses? I'm not allowed to wear sunglasses yet. I wear them sometimes for like a little bit if I have to drive, because I have very sensitive eyes. And when the sun hits my eyes, like, they just close. Like, oh my God, like, I can't keep my eyes open in the sun. Like, I'm just like, ugh. And then my eyes start to water, and it's just bad. So for my safety in driving, I do wear them for at least, I don't know, like, a little bit. Like, if I'm driving and the sun's like really bad in one spot and then not bad, then I'll take it off. And then when the sun's bad again, I'll put them back on. But I avoid wearing glasses as much as possible because you're not supposed to for 6 weeks. But it did feel weird at first. My glasses didn't fit me anymore at first. I had to like move the little thingies, you know, on your nose to like fit my new nose because they just kept falling off my face. So yeah, it is kind of weird at first. And they felt like really heavy, but they're not even really heavy glasses. But they're feeling better now. But yeah. And can you blow your nose? Yep. I couldn't blow my nose for 2 weeks. You're not supposed to, because then you can release like a blood clot and then you'll have a bloody nose, and that's not good. So I couldn't blow my nose for 2 weeks, and it was like heaven blowing my nose. Like, it felt so good because like you really take for granted things you do every day that you don't even really think about when you can't do them anymore. Like blowing your nose. Like, oh my god, that was like a privilege. I was like, finally. So it was lovely to be able to blow my nose again. How long does it take to heal? It takes a full year to heal from rhinoplasty. So basically, when you get your surgery, 2 to 3 months after that, 80% of your swelling will be gone. But then, in the rest of the time until a year, so like 3 to 12 months, I guess, that 20% of swelling just gradually goes away, and so you will see your full results a year from now. And so it takes a while, and so this still isn't like my final result. Like you can see a lot of the results from the side, but the front is still very, 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 very swollen. But I'm really fine with the way it looks already, so I know I'll even love it. I love it even more every day, so I know I'll love it by the time a year comes. Does it hurt to sneeze? Nope. You just have to sneeze through like your mouth. Just don't sneeze through your nose. Like, you know, some people like kind of like keep the sneeze inside, and they're like, they do like the really quiet like sneeze. Like, no, you have to sneeze through your mouth. You have to release it through your mouth, and then it's totally fine. Doesn't hurt at all. Is there any scarring? No, not for me, because I mean, I'll probably have scarring on the inside of my nose, but I don't really see the inside of my nose, nor does anybody else. So, because I had closed rhinoplasty, which means the incisions are on the inside. When you have open rhinoplasty, the incisions are on the outside, like here or here, and then you will have scarring on the outside. Do you have to eat any certain things while healing? I ate pineapple, cut into really small pieces. Everything I ate was cut into really small pieces because it was hard for me to open up my mouth a lot because my lip was swollen, because my tip was swollen, and they just kind of like attach and everything's swollen. So it hurt to open up my mouth, and then opening up my mouth pulled on my stitches on the inside, which hurt. So everything was just kind of like I was drinking from straws. I was eating really, really, really tiny pieces. I didn't even really want to eat because it just hurt so bad, and because you can't really smell, so nothing really tastes good. So that's why I liked eating pineapple, because it does help with like swelling and you being swollen and stuff. It helps with that. So, and scarring. I don't know if I said that. I can't remember. And you could taste it, which was lovely because it has such a strong taste. So I liked eating pineapple. And is it uncomfortable to sleep? It was uncomfortable to sleep the first few days because you have to sleep like inclined with at least 2 to 3 pillows, and I hate sleeping inclined. Like, I like sleeping flat. I just like to take my blanket and that's it. So it was really annoying, and you have to sleep on your back too, preferably, and I hate sleeping on my back. So it was just pretty uncomfortable, but you're so like drugged up from pain medicines too that you're just like, whatever, and you just go to sleep. But that's only for like the first 2-3 days you have to do that, and then you're fine. Can you do any sports after rhinoplasty? I'm pretty sure you have to wait at least 2 weeks to go like running and do like working out and stuff again. So I'm not sure about actual like sports. You probably have to talk to your doctor about that, because like a lot of sports, you're very susceptible to hitting your nose and stuff, and obviously you don't want to do that. So I feel like you'd have to wait at least 6 to 8 weeks until like your broken nose is healed if you do get that done. So I'm not really sure. You'd have to talk to your doctor about that one. And somebody said, I have anxiety and I'm terrified of surgery. How scary really is it? Should I even be scared? No, you shouldn't be scared. Like, I literally have anxiety, so I was so scared. Like, I literally almost like dropped out of doing it. Like, I just didn't want to do it. But it was really not bad. Like, I feel like everybody always makes everything worse. Like, they make things worse to be what they are. Wait, does that even make sense? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody thinks the worst scenarios and situations, and it's just really not that bad. But I feel like it's a good thing that you make it seem really bad, because then when it actually happens, you're like, oh my god, this is nothing. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking it's going to be fine, then being like, oh no, this kind of does suck. Like, so really it's not that bad. You have pain medication if you have any pain, which is very, very minimal. I've had friends who literally didn't even take any pain medication. I am just a baby and just take pain medication because I'm afraid of pain. But so that's that, and it was really fine. You really shouldn't be scared. It's nothing. Surgery's over in like 2 seconds. Like, once you're like walking to this operating room or wheeled in or whatever they're doing, you're in there for 2 minutes before you're out, like knocked out, and then you're waking up and you're fine and the worst is over, and then you're just healing from there, and that's fine. So somebody said, can you touch your nose? Yes, I can. I can touch it, but I have to be like very gentle with it. I have like a bump on this side. It's not as big as on this side because they make an incision there, so there's like a bump there that's gonna go away in a little bit, probably a few months. But yeah, it's like very sensitive, and like I can touch it a lot more now than I could. It was very, 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 very sensitive before, but now it's like a lot better. Number 35, what is the difference between open and closed rhinoplasty? So if you have like a weak stomach, I probably wouldn't listen to this. This is the last question, so you can exit out if you're done. So open rhinoplasty is, a lot of people do get open rhinoplasty. You don't really get a choice if you get open or closed rhinoplasty. It's all the surgeon's decision. So mainly people do get open rhinoplasty, but I did get closed. So open is they either make an incision like there. An incision is like a cut. It's an incision there or like there, or even all three, and then they flip the skin up. And so they flip the skin up because then they want to work on like the tip. So if you're getting your tip pinched to be like a smaller tip, or not as wide of a tip, I should say, that's basically the only difference, is that your stitches are going to be on the outside because they need to work on something, like by putting maybe like an implant in, or they need to be working on the tip a little bit more than they can with closed rhinoplasty. And so with open rhinoplasty, you have to get, when you go get your splint off, which is the cast, you have to go get your stitches taken out, because these stitches, they can't make dissolvable, I don't think. A lot of the times they're just like the normal thread stitches, so you have to get those taken out the same day you get the splint off. And then closed rhinoplasty is what I had. So you still have the splint, you still got all the work done on the inside, but the incisions, the cuts, are made on the inside of your nose so that you can't see them on the outside, which means it reduces scarring because you can't see any of the scarring on the outside. And what was I going to say? And then you get dissolvable stitches, so the stitches like fall out, dissolve, just disappear on their own. So that's the difference. So you don't get like the skin flipped up or anything like that for closed rhinoplasty. It's all done on the inside, but you can still have your nose broken. Like I had my nose broken to straighten it out. You can also get that done with open. Basically the only difference is the skin being flipped up because of, they need to get to a different part of your nose. They need to work on something, you know? So that's everything. I'm sorry this video was really long. It's like 27 minutes. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm sorry this video was also delayed. I have not had time. Like, I'm so busy. So I need to get this up tonight. Otherwise, this won't be up until like Monday because I'm gone. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I love you guys, and I hope you're all having an awesome day. I love you guys. Bye.